Welcome to Module 11, Lesson 1, where we crack open one of the most important shifts in modern networking. Over the next few minutes, we'll unpack controller-based networking and SDN, or software-defined networking, and it all starts with one deceptively simple idea. The control plane is not the data plane. Keep that contrast in mind. Everything we're about to cover flows from it. So let's break that contrast down. Every network device, every router, every switch is quietly doing two jobs at once. There's the control plane, the brain, which decides where traffic should go. It builds the routing and MAC tables and runs protocols like OSPF and STP. And then there's the data plane, the muscle, which actually moves the packets based on what the brain decided. And traditionally, both of those live together on every single device. And that's exactly where SDN changes the game. In the traditional model, every device carries its own brain, which means you're logging into each box, configuring it by hand over the CLI. It's distributed intelligence, but also distributed effort. SDN flips that. It lifts the control plane off the individual devices and hands it to a central controller, one brain, programming every device beneath it. That central brain has a name. The SDN controller. In Cisco's world, it's Catalyst Center, formerly known as DNA Center. From its position in the middle, it holds a complete view of every device, pushes policy out in a single stroke, and automates the provisioning work you used to do box by box. And it exposes APIs, so applications talk to the network programmatically. Apps hit the northbound API. The controller translates intent, and the southbound API pushes it down to the switches and routers. So why go through all this? 3 big wins. Consistency, because policy lands the same way on every device. Speed, since you can provision hundreds of switches in the time it used to take to touch one. And automation, which cuts out the manual typos that break production. The trade-offs are real, though. That controller becomes a single point you absolutely have to protect, and your team needs new skills around APIs and programmability. Centralization is powerful, but only if the brain stays highly available. That wraps up this lesson, say, but the story isn't over. Next up, we'll dig into the APIs that make all of this actually work. Northbound APIs, where your applications talk to the controller, and southbound APIs, where the controller talks to the devices. If this helped things click, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss Lesson 2. See you in the next one.